Hi there, my name is Matt Fawcett and today I'm going to be demonstrating the new filters functionality available within the WSRR 8.5 dashboard. Now I'm currently logged into the dashboard as an administrative user, and as you can see I'm on the overview page within the SOA governance view. In order to show some of the customizable filter options, I'm going to go ahead and enter edit mode and then select the edit settings for this collection widget. Now, as you can see, there's several filter options available, including 3 different filter categories and 2 different filter display modes. Now we can go ahead and select any combination of the 3 categories, but for time being we'll leave things as they are and I'll come back to those later. So as you can see, with our display mode set to side panel, all our available filters are displayed on the left hand side of the collection widget. We can adjust the width of the panel by clicking and dragging as shown here to the size that we want, and we can also minimise and restore the panel when needed. Let's have a look at the filters in operation then. We'll start by searching for all listed types so that we have a large result set to filter through. The first thing to notice is a number next to each of the filter options. This represents how many items in the collection are of this type, or in this state, or classified as this. If we go ahead and select the business application filter type, you can see that the collection results have been filtered to display the non-business application type items. You'll also notice that a 1 has appeared next to the filters title in the panel. This signifies the number of filters that have currently been applied. If we then go ahead and select another type filter, this time say business service, you can see that the number next to the filters title has increased to 2 and the number in the result set is increased to 25. This demonstrates the first part of the filtering algorithm, which says that if multiple filters are applied within the same category, then the result set is an ORing of the selected filters. So what does this mean then? Well, if we look back at the filters we have just selected, we see that both filters are in the type category, which means that we are interested in any items of type business application or business service, hence the reason why the result set is the sum of the items of these 2 types. If we take this a step further, we can demonstrate the second part of the filtering algorithm, which states that if multiple filters are applied in different categories, the result set is an AND in between those results. So what does this mean then? Well, if we scroll down and select the Business Capability Identified State filter, we see that the result set is reduced to 5. This is because we are now interested in any items that are of business application or business service type and are in a state of business capability identified. You'll also see that the numbers next to the business application and service types has reduced to display how many of each item also are in a state of business capability identified. If we click the Clear All Filters link at the bottom of the side panel, the filters are removed and our original result set is displayed in the collection widget. If we then scroll back down to the bottom of the filters panel, we can see our classification system filters are displayed separately. We can also see that within a classification system we can display classification hierarchy, as in the geography example here, where we have a Europe classification with a child classification of Germany, which in turn has 2 children of Munich and Berlin. We can again select any combination of filters between the different classification systems and within a classification hierarchy, and the same filter logic is applied, i.e. an ORing of the filter results within the same classification system and an ANDing of the filter results between different classification systems. So for example, we can select Munich and Berlin within the geography classification hierarchy, and we can see that we get 2 results returned, one matching the Munich filter option and one matching the Berlin filter option. It's worth pointing out also that we can create our classification systems with an arbitrary level of complexity, which would enable us to achieve a fine-grained level of filtering to make it that much easier and more efficient to find exactly the items we are looking for. If we scroll back up to the top of the side panel, we can click the eraser icon here to clear all filters and return to our original result set. If we then go back into edit mode and open up the edit settings menu for the collection widget once again. Okay, so now that's loaded, what we're going to do next is we're going to remove the classifications option and we're going to change the display mode to dialog, and then we're going to save and close those. And then we can click finish to confirm those changes. Okay, so now what you'll notice straight away is that the side panel has disappeared and this has been replaced by a button in the top left of the collection widget. Now if we click this filters button, you'll see that a pop-up window appears which contains all our selected filter categories, which at the minute is type and state, as we've removed the classifications category in the edit settings window. And we can expand and resize this window as we like, and we can move it around the page so that we can see the collection widget behind it if we want to. And we can dismiss this by either clicking the close button or clicking anywhere outside of the window. So finally we'll have a look at one more example which will tie more closely into what we might want to do in the real world. So as you can see, our view is set to watch list, which are the list of items that might require our attention. And if we go ahead and click the filters button to bring up the filters dialog again, we can say, well, we want to search for any DOU item that is in a state of asset review, and as you can see that's filtered down our results set nicely. And then what we could do is go into any of these and edit the settings and the details of these items. And you'll also notice that there is a 2 next to the filters title in the button, and again that represents the number of currently selected filters. And that concludes the demo of the new filters functionality within the WSRR 8.5 dashboard. Thank you for watching.